Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the Setlist of Life with the current bandmates of Dolly for Sue. Tonight we have with us Aaron on guitar.
Hello, hello.
Christine on the drums.
Hi.
Kirsten on the keyboard.
Hello.
And I'm Leslie, your vocalist for this evening. Tonight's song is Like the Weather by the 10,000 Maniacs. Do you guys remember that one?
No. But
Oh
I do
my
like
gosh.
the 10,000 Maniacs. I love Natalie Burchill.
Yeah.
I have to play.
What is it? Sorry,
Like
what?
the weather?
Like the Weather by the
I don't
10,000
think I know
Maniacs.
that one. Or, I just
Was this on the radio?
Or maybe
Yes.
I just didn't know what it
It
was
was
called.
one of the only ones on the radio.
Like the weather.
No.
I was just about to sing. I was just about to make up some.
Like
Nice
the
little-
weather. No?
No, it's not ringing
Oh
a bell.
my gosh.
I don't think the 10,000 Maniacs
Play
are
the,
beatboxing.
sing the chorus. Sing the chorus.
We are over here. We're singing the chorus.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can't even remember my password to open my phone.
And
you
there's
guys
that
have
guitar
sent me
that
into a
goes.
tizzy. I'm gonna play it.
A few drum fills.
you're
in
gonna
there
know.
later.
Right. Then why is the song choice like the weather?
Oh, I do know this song.
Yes, you do.
I didn't know that was the name of it.
Well, she sings about.
Yeah, she does. I know, but sometimes you can't totally understand what she's saying.
All right,
You know
yeah,
this.
okay, all right.
It's
all
cold
right.
gray. Yeah, right? Okay.
Okay.
She's so hard to understand sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't know that was called.
So
like the
her
weather.
album Ophelia is my second favorite album of all time.
Really?
Wow, that's
a great
that's
album.
high praise.
Great album.
High praise.
It is high praise. It's hard to get on my list of top 5.
I know she's very choosy.
I am very choosy.
No,
That reminds
number
me
2.
of the SNL skit with Sherry O'Terry. She'd always go, high praise, high praise.
I don't remember that.
She was
I'm
great.
talking. Oh, I feel I'm going to just talk to myself.
No,
from
no,
now on.
I got you there. I got the SNL. And I did know that song. I just didn't know that.
Yeah,
that was
that's
the
called
name
I
Like
didn't
the
know what
Weather.
that was called.
Because the weather has been fabulous.
Yes, it
Ooh,
has.
well,
I do.
yes
I
and
have
no.
weather stories.
I'm also, do you hear my voice?
Yes, the pollen.
Yeah.
Tortured by this weather because I want to be outside because it's beautiful. The pollen is killing me.
Oh,
I don't know
pollen
about
is
you
like-
guys.
It's like this thick on my car.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
my
yellow-
car is
People
yellow.
can't see. but
the
it's
whole
gross.
driveway. The driveway
2
looks
inches
like
thick on
the
my
yellow
car.
brick road.
Yes, it does.
It's
yeah.
yeah.
The pollen is insane. Yeah, I got a little bit of that too.
And then I totally got sunburn. I fried myself.
She was pickled
Like we
Playing
said you were
pickleball?
going to do?
I was playing outside. No, I didn't do that in Miami. Miami, I was totally swathed and
You were prepared.
I was prepared.
I brought sunblock from Miami.
But just like literally from just like walking the dog and playing pickleball and just doing things outside the last couple of days.
forgetting
I
that-
forgot.
yeah.
Or I sweated off or whatever. And then
Yeah.
I fried myself.
It's not good.
So no.
Tis the season.
Tis the season for
So
that.
the weather's
Yeah.
good and the weather's bad.
Yeah. So we went from 88 degrees in Miami straight to Allegheny in Erie.
Oh dear.
And didn't look at the weather forecast.
Okay.
So we headed out to see the school, and it was, I don't know, in the 30s.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
So it's like neither Joey nor I were dressed appropriately.
Oh,
so we
wow.
went to Walmart to see if we could get something to wear. And there was like a light windbreaker that I threw on. The next morning we get up to leave for Vermont, and there was ice on the windshield.
Oh dear.
Had
Oh,
not
man.
packed for that either.
Oh wow.
Had to wait a good 15 minutes for the defrosters to work.
Okay. All right.
Oh no.
It was so cold.
That is
Yeah.
You
cold.
can't go from 88 to and yet he still picked to go to college in Boston.
Yeah, well.
But you were just in Miami where it was beautiful. But yes.
Yeah.
But yes. So the weather is crazy.
The weather's a little crazy.
And that was just a week ago that it was that freezing cold.
And now it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I'm ready for it just to stay like this.
I think
So
it's
over.
gonna.
Yeah,
I think we're
it's
there.
gonna- I think we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that time.
Yeah. All the dogs I walk are happy.
Well, it'll be like this for a couple weeks and then it'll be like
Too hot.
putrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the hot. I'll take
You
the
do?
hot. Oh, I love the hot. I'll
Really?
take it.
Not me.
Definitely take it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have pegged you for liking the hot.
I know.
Me. I've always liked the hot.
But you're like a mountain person.
I am a
Yes.
mountain. That's true.
So I figured you liked more temperate.
Yeah.
No, I like.
That's-
I
that
do
would've
like
been
the
my guess,
hot,
too.
but yeah, that's true. I am a mountain person. I don't know what to tell you.
Some like it hot.
Some do.
Some like it hot.
Now I got that video in my head. That's such a weird video.
I like that part.
We'll
that
have
was
to
good.
do that song sometime.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Okay, Kirsten, tell us about your trip.
So you had a trip.
I had a trip.
Okay.
We went to Milan,
Oh,
Milano.
that's right. Okay.
Oh yeah, you did the cool trip. Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of
She
weird.
she
trip.
was not in Erie, Pennsylvania.
was not.
No offense to those of you
Yes.
in Erie, Pennsylvania.
No.
Budapest.
Budapest.
Yes. Did you have goulash?
I did.
Ooh, okay.
And you met grandma?
I did not
Cousin.
meet Granny.
Oh,
I did not get, but I did meet the cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're awesome.
Cool.
And then we went to London. I mean, to a Crystal Palace game. And I have to, so I was disparaging Crystal Palace because I didn't know what it was. And I'm apologizing now.
Because now you're wearing
For
their
my-
T-shirt. I
yes,
see.
because I was ignorant. I didn't know what
I
it
don't
was.
know either.
But she
so what's
admits
so
her
great about
mistakes.
Crystal
Well,
Palace?
so they're a football team, a British football team in the Premier League.
Oh,
And they're not like one
Erin
of the
doesn't know
top
what that means.
teams.
I don't either, but Premier's in the name, so it's got to be good.
Means good.
yes, it's the best.
So we got that.
So there's different levels.
Yeah.
But
good.
Premier is
We're
the
good.
top.
Premier is, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, because we were originally supposed to go to Tottenham, which I'd heard of. I'd
Right.
heard of Tottenham. I'd heard of Manchester, Man U.
Right.
But this is in that league, and they're not as as high a level of a team. But oh my gosh, it was South London, and we chose. One thing we didn't know, because in the U.S., like a big game, you would never change the date.
Right.
Like a football the game, you buy your tickets, you plan
That's
your
when it is.
weekend. That's when it is. So we bought these tickets. We joined the Tottenham fan club to be able to get good seats. And then, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago, they're like, "Oh, they moved the game to Monday," and we were like, "We
like
leave
high
on
school
Sunday."
sports.
Yeah, exactly. But we're like, okay, so we scrambled to get this game to go to a Saturday game in London. We didn't know,
Right.
and so it's South London, and it's like the atmosphere. So we also went to a game in Milan, and Milan is like very, I don't know, like the Spanish and the Italians, like their football clubs are very classy and kind of very glamorous. And Crystal Palace was actually much more fun because it was, well, we had these crazy seats because we bought them at the last minute. We bought the only seats we could get, and we were in with like the locals.
Right. Like
And-
the bleacher seats in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, and in fact, there's like even an overhang, like you couldn't even see the whole field, and everyone's standing up the whole time. But it was an experience. Like, the guy, in the song Pink Floyd, "The Wall."
Pink?
No, the guy that screams, "How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?"
Okay,
That
yes.
guy was standing in front of us.
Oh,
And like he looked like he sounded like
You should have
he
asked him to say it. Just
I know.
you
I mean, for real, it was really that guy.
No.
He was that personality. That like if you
He
picture that
sounded
guy
like
in
that.
your mind, like what that guy would look like.
That's
It was like a bald guy who was
Yeah.
like just kind of I don't know, like working class, kind of rough
Gotcha.
and tumble.
Yep.
And screamed the entire time. Like I think he'd had a few pints. I think
Yeah.
most everyone in that section did. And he's screaming, the whole time. There's a lot of like effing wanker.
right.
Like, I'm like, I don't know. When people start throwing around the word wanker, I'm like, I'm in. Like, like this is fun.
You've got my attention.
Yeah, I was like,
These
is
are
like,
my people.
This is like being in a movie set. Like it was so much fun. And there's like they're all doing the songs, and their accents are so thick that I couldn't understand them. So when we went to a pub and just had lunch in the neighborhood, and I could barely, she was a young woman. I could barely understand her accent.
Right.
But so I would say, like, what's Crystal Palace? Like that, it's the palace.
Oh,
Like palace. Like it makes it sound cool.
it sounds better that way.
Yeah, it does. I was like, oh, like that.
It's not Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. We're going to the Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
Palace.
It's the palace. The palace.
Going to the palace.
Yeah. And anyway, it was so much fun. But yeah, they even had a song what was it? Oh, it was the ref is shit.
Oh yeah, I love the chants. The chants are awesome.
Yeah, there was. I mean, and I've seen we've seen other teams, and it's usually in Spanish, so I don't know what they mean.
You definitely don't know what they're saying.
I could barely understand this, but I got, I was smiling. I'm like, okay, I got the ref is shit.
You got the wanker part.
I got the wanker. Yeah. So anyway, that was very fun.
Good.
So anyway, so I got the T-shirt. We all got the Crystal Palace gear.
Nice.
I would definitely go back.
We went to Penn State. Actually, played a football game in Dublin.
Oh,
years ago.
My school played a
long
football
time.
game in Dublin last year, but I didn't go.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they do it, but they do it every year. A different school goes and plays a football game there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're both American colleges, but they play at this field in Dublin.
And that for them, it's like a novelty thing.
And that was the thing. I think Penn State, was one of the early on ones, one of the first. And so the locals come and they're like, all right, we don't know anything about football.
Right.
So you have to explain it to us. Like, try to explain.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. But they had the same kind of thing. They had a great time. They were screaming. They didn't know why they were screaming.
Yeah, but they were just having a good time.
They thought our chants were funny.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. Because we do the we are Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
The thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
They lost it. They were like, "What is that?"
That's hilarious.
But
So you went?
yeah, we went.
Oh,
it was very fun. But
I
like same
didn't
thing.
remember
It was
that.
very fun. But it was fun from the standpoint that like no one around us had any clue what was happening. They were just like,
But that's like more fun. It's like because just participating in the experience.
Yeah.
It
was very fun.
without like preconceived ideas but when you were talking, like they were laughing about the way we do things. So we went on a food tour in Milan. No, that was in Budapest. And there were this young guys, a bunch of young guys, maybe I say young, they were maybe 30, 25, 30. They were from the Netherlands. And they came up to us, and the thing they asked us, they were like, is it true that you guys grill food in a parking lot before games?
yes, it is.
We're like, yeah. They're like, that's just so crazy.
Open fires next to gas
Right. And
tanks.
they're like, everyone eats, like they grill burgers in the parking lot. And then my husband has these pictures of on his phone of his brother's his brother's a big Buffalo Bills fan.
So he has pictures of a tailgate?
It's in the snow?
Well, no, it's like more than a tailgate. There's some guy, I don't know, Pinto somebody that grills burgers on an old car that goes to every game.
Oh, that's funny.
And so like my husband showed him that and they're like, oh my God, this is crazy.
That's so funny.
Well, that is a little crazy.
And my husband invited them all to like come stay with us and go to a football game. So
good. All right.
hopefully they'll stay in touch. And yeah, they were really nice. I hope they come.
I hope they come.
Yeah.
So
But-
what was your best meal?
So,
What country?
It was probably in Budapest.
Okay.
And we were only in Milan for a couple of days. And the first meal, I was so excited because I booked the rooftop hotel. Like I thought, we'll eat and we'll have lunch. And it was Italian and it was bad.
Do you know what? My father-in-law just told me that he did not enjoy the food. I mean, they've been to Italy a million times, but does not enjoy the food there.
I mean,
And they're very Italian.
I always have, but this was just, I think it was just
But Milan,
hotel food.
Milan's sort of more German and like
Yeah, it's northern Italian.
it's very,
not
very north.
Sicily
It's the food's different in
or
every.
like the pupatella, the Neapolitan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like the food's different in every region. But up there, it's different. Like I don't
We
know.
still had some good food, but we actually went to like a steak restaurant, and because we'd been in Lake Como all day and we got back really late and we were just looking for a place that we could get in.
Right.
And that was good. But I mean, a steak like wasn't anything I've ever had before. Like,
Was Lake Como beautiful?
yeah, we saw George Clooney's house.
You did.
Yeah.
But not George Clooney.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
no.
him?
In person?
looks old.
No.
He is old.
He's
I know.
doing he's
AARP.
good. Yeah, no. Oh yes,
doing
that too.
Broadway.
He's doing Broadway.
He
Thank
is.
you. I
I
couldn't get
didn't
the
know
words out.
that.
He's doing a Good Night and Good Luck or something like that.
yeah.
But he dyed his hair black for the show. And I know his hair used to be dark, but we've seen him for so
Doesn't
long
look
with
right.
that silver.
Yeah.
It doesn't look right. It looks really strange.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him recently. I guess I didn't even
You're like, you didn't
pick
wonder
out
why
the hair. I just, he just didn't look
it looks
like
really,
himself.
I mean,
I'll have to look it up.
yeah. Anyway, so you saw his house,
We
but he
saw his
wasn't home.
house. He wasn't home.
Aw.
Yeah.
Was Amal there?
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. I didn't see her either. But
Darn.
yeah, unfortunately the day we went to Como it was kind of rainy.
Oh.
So the weather wasn't so some of the views we couldn't see as well. But we did go cross into Switzerland and we went to Lugano.
Legally?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask because sometimes you
yeah.
Take trains and
I do, but yeah, no, I usually
hiding in the one car.
we had our passports with us. Yes.
Oh, good,
yes.
good.
And
I am so
we-
not worldly. Anyway, just continue.
anyway, but that was like for an hour. We stopped. It's beautiful there. And we went to a chocolate shop and then we got back on the bus.
nice.
So that was, it was more like a say we did kind of thing, but it was part of the tour that we were on.
Good.
And
So you said you had a really good meal in Budapest, though.
yeah, so we did this. We like to do food tours when we can.
Yep.
In wherever we go, if possible. And so it was like a walking food tour, like what's called tipsy tours, but it's like food and drinks, like stopping at different restaurants. And we had, I think it's called La Voche. I don't have my glasses, but we had this thing called La Voche or something like that. I don't have my glasses, and I took a picture of it, but I can't see.
She can't show us.
So
But it was like
So we're just going to have to imagine.
Anyways, this lavash. Anyway, it was like it was like this fried bread with sour cream and cheese on top.
Okay.
And it was really good. Like it was tasted better than it sounds. We had that on our turn. We had really good goulash
Oh.
and with like crusty bread.
Did you take your snack tips?
I forgot my snack
You always
tips.
forget the
I
snack
know.
tips. I don't think she's forgetting them.
Well, I don't think I could do the goulash with the snack tips. Oh, and so we actually went to another restaurant when we were with the cousins, and I ordered goulash, and the waiter tied a bib around my neck. And apparently, I mean, the first place that we did on the food tour, they just let you eat your goulash. But apparently goulash, because there's so much paprika in it that it stains and they give you a bib.
Oh, well, that's nice.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
which
Very
I
thoughtful.
appreciated.
So if a lobster bib has a lobster on it, what does the goulash bib have on it?
It's something in Hungarian that I don't know what it was.
Stupid American.
Yeah, stupid American doesn't know how to eat goulash.
They're like, oh, there's another American
another
wearing the
one.
damn bib.
Here's your bib.
Yeah,
Here's
you
your
can't
bib.
take them anywhere. Put a bib on that lady.
No, you know what I do? Okay. Chris cannot eat without getting food on him. It's just a thing.
You need to get him a
There's
bib.
certain people that, right. But so instead of bibs though, you know that press and seal, the saran wrap press and seal.
Yeah.
If you tear off a strip of it, it'll stick right to your shirt.
That's a great idea.
Right? And then you just
Works
and then you
for
just you're
small
good.
children.
You don't have
and
to
Chris.
wash it, right?
All right.
But it just sort of slides off the front of you.
Maybe that's what I need to start doing.
So, yeah.
I'll put it in my travel kit.
Put it in your travel kit with your snack tips. A roll of saran wrap. At the airport, they'll be like,
Stupid American.
saran wrap and these little chopsticks.
Right.
Like, what is happening here?
We better search her bag.
I had a weird experience at
Yeah.
the airport this time. Okay, we were coming back and it was early. We had an early flight. We had like an 8:00 flight. So, you had to be at the airport at 6. So I was not awake. And we're going through security and I got, all the bags and they make you, every airport's different now too
Yeah,
about do you take your shoes off? Do you take your computer out? Like it changes
Yeah.
at every airport.
And they yell at you like you're supposed to know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Really,
And
yeah.
so this one, the Miami airport, you take you got to get all the way down to your skivvies almost. And then you, shoes, everything comes out of the bag. So
Yeah, we were
you're
just there.
completely unpacking,
Right.
sticking it in bins, Plus, it's not just unpacking me. I've got a 13-year-old who would lose his head if it wasn't attached.
Right.
So I'm making sure right?
that that everything comes off, comes back on.
So I'm like trying to I go through the thing where the X-ray thing where you put your arms up in the air, you have to stand on the spot. Go through the X-ray thing, and I step out, and I'm looking because JJ was in front of me to make sure he's getting his stuff. And the lady, the TSA agent, was talking to me, but she was also speaking kind of low, and there were a lot of people, and so I didn't notice that she was talking directly to me. Because they're also going like waving people through. Like I didn't realize
It's a very busy airport.
it was very busy, and I didn't realize. And so she goes, "Ma'am, I am speaking to you." Like she yelled at me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry."
Yeah.
And I looked at her, and she like stared me down for like another 10 seconds, like without talking. She was just like, "I'm talking to you," and I was like, "All right,
what do I do?
I'm good." and she said, I had on like cargo kind of pants that had
something
extra
in your
pockets.
pants.
Well, she's like, "I have to pat you down," and I was like, "Okay, like I'm not fighting you. I just was not aware."
Didn't know. Right? There's a lot going on
Is there
here.
a problem? Because I think you're making up a problem.
She sounds like she's related to the woman at the DMV that I got into a fight with.
So she's like, and I was like, "Okay, knock yourself out. Like I'm good." So she pats me down, and in one of the pockets that I never used.
Did you have a snacktive?
No, I didn't have a snacktive. If only I'd had a snacktive, because that could have been
She probably
like
nail
it would have been
file.
like, she has a weapon.
Yeah.
No, she pulled out a pair of the airplane headphones. You know, the one with the aux tip with the stick in your ear. They're
Trying
not-
to steal those things.
well, they were in my pocket, and she pulls them out. She's like, "These have to go back through the X-ray." And I go, "Do they?"
Did you say that?
You did?
She said what
Do
she
they,
was
like-
thinking. Right. Like,
What
am
are
I
you
gonna
gonna put in
there?
those?
It's pretty obvious what they are. You can't hide anything in it. Like
She was
it's
just
not like-
looking for a problem.
No, you shouldn't have done that.
Right? No, I
No.
know, but no, she
Right.
and she kind of was taken aback because I said,
Yeah.
and I didn't mean it like
It doesn't matter.
rudely,
No.
but I was
She
like,
took it that way.
She took it
Yeah.
on. She
You
and
question
I go,
my authority?
and I go, no, but I said, "Do they?" And she looks at me, and I went, "Just throw them away." And she goes, "Really?"
Yeah, like they're the free headphones that you get on the
you get
airplane.
on the airplane.
Throw them away. It's not worth
I was going to put them in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Exactly. They
ruined
won't
in a
be
few
good
minutes
after I
anyway.
wash them anyway. So you might as well throw them out.
Exactly. And she was like,
I honestly
"More?"
have no idea how long those have been in there.
Right. Maybe since my last flight.
"Oh, you can't say that." Then you're like, that's definitely
Right, yeah.
Did someone give you those pants?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I walked in and this guy said, "Where are these pants?" And I thought, they're cute.
Oh my gosh.
So I think she was more stunned that I told her to throw them away than she was that I kind of talked back.
Yeah.
And then
And then that was that.
that was that. But
She threw them away and move on.
I think she kept them.
For herself.
I think so.
Maybe she doesn't know
Did she
they're
run
free.
them through the
Because she didn't throw, there was a trash can right there. She didn't throw them away. She kind of like set them on the little counter.
I wonder if
really
they're
funny.
like, oh, just put this
I don't think
perfume
she
that I
noticed.
confiscated in my purse.
I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
But
Yeah.
why would that have to go back through the X-ray? That makes no
Yeah.
sense.
Because it's protocol.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
And
sense.
if
though.
something goes wrong and she's on the line for it.
What are they going to find in it?
Nothing, but it doesn't.
Yeah. She's just covering her bases.
Clearly, it
Yeah.
didn't even have enough metal to set off the metal detector.
Yeah, no, whatever. It was interesting, but it all happened like she was like yelling at me. I was like, "Honey, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just it's
Right.
6:30 in the morning."
Yeah, I'm just doing the best I can
I
here.
mean, yeah, meanwhile, JJ's off in the airport somewhere. Half his stuff's still on the.
Oh no, yeah. That's always my when you go through with the kids, like, okay, like this is your stuff. Pick up your stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't it one of you guys, the child? No, some.
Oh, Leo left his shoes at.
On the-
Oh, yeah.
Leo left his shoes at
TSA.
I told
and ran to the gate.
I told Joey that when we were coming from Miami. I'm like,
Yeah,
make sure you have shoes.
I told my kids that too.
And he's like, why would I forget my shoes? I'm like, you're the one who lost a shoe at a rest stop on the way to Florida. And then I told him your story.
Yeah, just, went to the gate without shoes.
That's okay because, we made it to Florida with one shoe 1 year.
Yeah.
Joey.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it just fell out of the car, I guess? You don't really know.
We're assuming that that's what happened.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Because when we got to Florida, when we left, he had 2 shoes on his feet. When we got to Florida, there was one.
But you see a shoe.
always-
You always see a
always
shoe,
see
just
that.
one shoe.
Well,
And I
now we
always
know how
wonder-
that happened.
But it's always like on the highway.
Yeah, this
like,
was not on the highway. This, I think, was on the rest.
Like,
at
were
the
you
rest stop.
sticking your foot out the window when it fell off? Like
one
how-
shoe.
I think when Joey got back in the car, he took his shoes off and it rolled out before the
Yeah,
door
like at the
shut.
gas station or something. Like,
Yeah.
like they were on the floor. And okay.
But yes, so I get it how these things happen.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was but so you went to Budapest. Have we covered all your spots?
No, well, so we started out Milan. We did the football game.
Yeah.
And they won, and it was very exciting.
Excellent.
But it was different. Yeah, I mean, if they were whatever
Were they
were
not
screaming,
Premier League?
they were not Premier League because Premier League is British. They were. I don't know what they were.
I don't know. There's so many leagues.
But and we walked around Milan. Very, very fancy, like all kinds of
fashionable, isn't it?
Yes, and we were wearing our Hokas. My son was wearing his Crocs.
Yeah, no, they
Definitely.
pegged you. They were like, they're good. Yeah,
yeah. Like, I think you're from out of town, and you should probably go back.
I wouldn't survive.
Yeah,
My cargo pants would not,
right. Yeah,
with or without the headphones, would not go over well in Milan.
Yeah, it's not really the place for that. But so that was very fancy, and we went to the Duomo, the beautiful cathedral there. It's the largest cathedral in Italy.
I had no idea.
Because St. Peter's is in the Vatican.
And it's its
Vatican
own
City.
country.
It's not in Italy, even though I knew that, but I didn't really think of it like that. So anyway, but beautiful. And this church took 600 years to complete. They started in
I'm sorry,
my
but
God,
Lola got a new toy apparently.
Lola got a new toy. Lola had a birthday. Lola just turned 5, and that's
Lola makes an
one of the
appearance on
things she
all of our
got
shows now.
for her birthday is her squeaky.
Now she's licking my leg.
She just went to town on that.
Mine's soaked. My leg is
Oh,
is
sorry.
soaked.
You don't have to tolerate that.
You do not have to tolerate that.
I'm sorry. I know it's.
Luckily, I have sunscreen on my legs. I don't think
she loves sunscreen.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Lola.
She just
Say
hasn't
that.
found that side of the
Delicacy
table
in
yet.
her culture. She really does. I'm like, that is toxic. Don't eat that. And plus, I need that on my legs. But anyway, the Duomo. It was started in the 1300s and completed in 1965.
Oh, good Lord!
And gorgeous, like amazing place. And we climbed up on the rooftop, and it was very cool.
At that point, how do you know that it's done?
Well, that's what I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Like
What more? Now it's time to redo.
exactly.
Right, yeah. Well, they're constantly replacing the limestone and refurbishing it because it's old. But
Wow.
that was pretty cool. That was like the only kind of touristy thing we did because we weren't there very long. But we stayed in a cool hotel. Look at like the Italian design. It was pretty nice.
Wow.
And my husband read the ticket wrong, and we got to the airport.
There
and
seems to be a theme in your travel.
I know, right? It was not me, but I was following. And we got to the airport, and we thought our flight was at 2, and we're in this, and we get there, and it's like the longest line I've ever seen. And
That's because somebody brought headphones through the
yeah, exactly.
through the machine.
Well, no,
Everybody
this
had to
is
go
just
back.
the line for the to check in. We had to check our bags, and it's Play Airlines. It's
Oh, Bryn flew play.
oh yeah, they're the only airline that does direct through like various European.
Did you end
cities.
up with your luggage? Because a good portion of her party did not.
Oh, really? No, we did. But we were in the longest line I've ever seen. And we were like, crap, like we're boarding in less than an hour. We're not even through security left yet. And Kevin talks to somebody and they're like, oh no, we'll call you when. So it's like this long line and they say Budapest, and like they take us to the front. And so Kevin's like, we're always going to get to the airport late. So we don't, so they'll just call us. I'm like, yeah, I'm like,
Let's not
I
say
wouldn't
we
count
did.
on
yeah,
that.
exactly. I'm like, that's, yeah.
But okay, so everybody stands in line, but there's no reason for the line because it's not queuing per se. Like you're just standing there waiting for them to call you.
So, well, only you're supposed to wait in line, but they will call the flight
flights that
you
are-
Oh,
have
that's
to
coming.
make.
So then those people can come out.
So, but I wouldn't
kinda
trust
convenient.
that. It was convenient, but I won't trust
Yeah.
it. Like kind of like the gas. Like I want the tank full. Like
So-
I want to be in
Amen,
line.
sister.
Yeah,
Is
I don't
is
need that stress in my life.
is Play Airlines the one you can get like $20 plane tickets?
It's I
cheap.
mean, it's very cheap and it's no frills. There's like nothing. There's no food. There's no internet. There's nothing.
I bought a
seatbelt.
sandwich and don't.
Yeah.
You have to pay for it. Don't do it.
No pillows, no blankets. It's completely
Yeah.
no frills.
Gotcha.
No screens. No chargers.
Yeah, nothing.
But it was an hour.
And apparently no luggage for some people.
Yeah. But they,
Even if you
luggage.
check it,
I've done that like on many airlines.
they never got their luggage back. though.
Oh, at all.
Oh, it just disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, that's
And
terrible.
these were the kids who were going, like, this was the trip where she went to Greece and they were kayaking and they needed their.
Oh, yeah.
no.
So they just have to buy a bunch of clothes?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened because it was my daughter at least got hers, but
That's
Oh, that
that's
stinks.
crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, shoot.
sorry, Play. I guess you won't be sponsoring
Sorry.
us.
Yeah.
guess not. Anyway.
Kirsten had a great
Well, yeah,
time, just not a good sandwich.
Yeah, it was terrible sandwich, but it was an hour flight, super quick. And we got into Budapest and there was some big protest. So it took us a long time to get to our hotel, but we were kind of, I don't know, like downtown. And we did the food tour. Like we dumped our bags and went to the food tour, like barely made it in time. But it was a young, like a college age girl who was really fun. I think her name was like Kiki.
Oh,
You
fun
live
name.
under a
I know.
pier
Yeah.
and
she-
friends with Brandon.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, does Kiki know Brandon? You should have
yeah.
introduced them.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. No, Kiki was pretty normal.
Okay.
Yeah, she was delightful and it was a fun tour and there were people from Denmark and I mean, there are people from all over. So
Nice.
that was Germans and some people from the US and some Brits. The food was really good. And we tried palinka. That's a big thing in Hungary. And it's, I don't know, like moonshine.
Oh, okay.
But it's made out of different fruit trees. Like they have all different kinds of fruit.
What
Was
language
it strong?
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Was it strong?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to have too much palinka.
So it's not it's you
It's a
do you-
shot.
okay, I was gonna say you don't mix it into something like a cocktail.
No,
it's a
just-
shot.
And there's probably no way to make it taste good.
There's excellent.
but yeah, we tried the palinka because that's a thing.
Well, what language? Since there's all those people, what language was the tour in?
English.
Really?
Yeah. Just usually what's the business language, So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So, but I think, I mean, I don't know if you could do the tour in other languages, but most, and like all the cities, I mean, everyone speaks English, but when we visited the cousins, they picked us up at the hotel
yeah.
and they lived in a smaller town about an hour from Budapest called Siafok, which is on Lake Balaton.
Okay.
It's very beautiful. And nobody speaks. I mean,
Nobody speaks English.
they speak. So cousin Ava is an English teacher.
Oh.
We lucked out. She
Wow.
had perfect English.
Wow.
And her husband didn't talk a lot because I think he wasn't confident. But when he did, his English was
Fine.
fine. Yeah. But he thought we spoke too fast.
Yeah, probably.
And some of the kids, like the oldest son's English was really good. The middle son, who was like exactly like my high schooler,
yeah.
like same hair, same glasses, same, like it's crazy.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, they could have been. And then, I mean, he had a cologne collection, like Case has cologne, and in their rooms, he had like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, only it's in Hungarian, like all of the.
That's funny.
It was like
genes are weird.
I know, right? Yeah, like they were like the same. I mean, this kid was like 13 and Case is 16.
Yeah,
but they could have been the same kid.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And he was quiet. I think he's quieter, but also his English is probably better.
Right.
Just not confident. And that there was a cute, adorable little 9-year-old girl.
Did she talk a lot?
She was really shy at the beginning, and at the end, she was like, she was doing like little Caitlin Clark, I love you heart.
Aww.
And like so cute. Like she was the sweetest little, I was like,
take you home.
yeah. I was like, can I buy you some stuff? Like,
put her in your pocket and take her through TSA.
Yes, I should have. But,
Did you have cargo pants?
I did not.
There's a guy at the door. He'll
got
give you a pair.
right. Just
I got a guy.
I got a guy. He's taking us at the airport with a suitcase full of cargo pants.
He's got the trench coat and he's like, you over here. And he opens up the trench coat.
It's all full of
All
cargo
full of
pants.
cargo pants.
Choose your color.
I got what you're looking for.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but anyway, so we had a great time. We went to a cute little town called Culinary. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they where they have lavender fields.
Oh, you did see the lavender fields. We talked about that.
Except for they weren't like ready yet.
Oh.
But still, all the little shops had like everything. You had lavender ice cream.
Oh, I can't do the lavender flavored things.
No,
I'm sorry.
we
I can't
had the
do any-
lavender
Blech.
cappuccino. That was good.
I can't even do chamomile tea. Like, I don't like anything that tastes like flowers. I don't do rose. A lot of, it's very popular. I just,
Yeah. Anyway,
but the lavender cappuccino was good.
the lavender cappuccino was good. My husband doesn't like flavored coffee. You see, he's never ordered a cappuccino in his life. He just, it's also for Americans, it's hard. They didn't drink coffee, and like coffee is really important to us.
Oh, no.
And even in Italy, because the little tiny coffees.
It's not going to fly.
Yeah. I mean, I just have to drink a lot of them. But even I was almost ashamed of myself, but in Budapest, we were right next to a Starbucks. And
I gotta
get my venti latte.
Well, and in Italy too, they drink at room temperature, like or slightly warmer. They don't drink hot, like we like hot coffee.
Yeah.
They don't drink it that
I didn't
hot.
notice that.
Yeah.
I guess I was just focused on how small it was.
It's just like, it's so small.
She drank it so fast. she
Anyway,
couldn't
it was
tell the
probably still
temperature.
steaming.
Yeah. But so I'd get a cappuccino because that was like the biggest thing. And you don't want to order an Americano because you feel
American.
yeah. But anyway, but yeah, I did have to break down and have.
She wants to
Starbucks.
blend. Come on.
because I blend so
She
easily.
blends.
She
Look at her.
wanted an
She
Italian.
blends.
Yeah, I'm like a
with her red
ginger.
hair and
Yeah, blue-eyed ginger. Like,
You
yeah,
blend. I know you do.
somewhere, not
in Ireland.
maybe in Ireland. Yeah. But anyway, we had a great time with the cousins. And so I did have a thought flying over, and I hope Ava's not listening, but like, do we really know these people are our relatives? Like, and will it be awkward if we get there and we're like, oh, no, that's not my grandma.
I wasn't going to say anything, but when you brought it up, like, oh, we've never met her. And I was like, and you're going to stay with her. Like,
Well, so this Ava contacted Kevin's aunt like years ago, and they were pretty sure they're related. And we're just kind of like
pretty sure.
we're going on that.
Well, knock wood. We're
23andMe says that you're related.
So they didn't do that, but we got there, and out on the kitchen table, she brings out this file folder, and it's got letters from the relatives that went to New York.
That's cool.
And they're postmarked, 1942,
right.
and signed, yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And she had like pages, and she even had pictures of like Kevin's great grandfather when he was younger. She had like all these old family photos that were labeled. And I'm like, yeah, that's
Wow.
the guy.
So was she like into the ancestry thing, or was it more like she's into the American thing?
I think so. The family's really important to them.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
she's like, I have boxes in my attic of all of the family, all the old letters. Cause the one, Kevin's great grandma or whatever she is, who was also an Ava. When she went to America, she wrote her family every week.
Gotcha.
And they kept all those letters.
Wow.
I have all of my grandparents. Like I've been going through the photos. I've been slowly, but trying to archive. But I have all letters and
Oh, well, that's cool. We have a
diplomas
box of
and
a
all
bunch
sorts
of that stuff that I need to go through.
I mean, and it's funny because when you look at like the addresses that like it was like, 25th Street, New York, like there's no zip code.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no like, and this is coming from Greece. It's not
Right. It's kind of amazing that, back then it would go to the right person. So anyway, so we are definitely
related.
Yeah. Or, well, I'm by marriage, but, so that was cool. And we were in Hungary and there was this statue that looked exactly like Kevin's grandpa.
Really?
And I think he was, so one thing that was interesting there is that they were, Soviet bloc country. So cousin Ava grew up in, it was under communism and remembers that. And, remembers when you could only buy certain things in the stores. And so they're still in their little town, like there's so many things that were beautiful. And then there are like the old, like the community center, the theater is like the Soviet style.
It's like a concrete block
Yeah, like
with teeny tiny windows.
So it was something like that. I was like, one of these things is not like the others. I'm like, oh, that, and it's like right in the middle of the town. But when we were coming into Budapest, like we saw like these, old Soviet block buildings. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to really like it here.
No, you sent us a beautiful picture though. What was that of?
That was of the city.
That was the city
And
skyline.
it's on the Danube.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
It's what you thought. I mean, what I would have pictured it to be.
The older part of the city is gorgeous and it's on the river and there's these beautiful bridges and, that part's really nice. But when you come in from the airport, like you're like, I don't know, this looks kind of rough.
This might not be as fun as we thought.
Right. I was like, how many days are we going to be here?
We sure we know these people?
Right. Yeah. I was having like, before I met, but yeah, they were awesome. So nice. They took us
cool.
around. Like they just, and she asked, do you want, what do you like, want to eat? Like we can do anything, or do you want Hungarian food? We're like, yeah, well,
That's why we're here.
that's why we're here. So they had a lot of soup, but everything was very good. She made these best cookies I've ever had
Wow.
with like a shortbread with Nutella in them.
That sounds good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was good. So anyway, so we had a great time and we'd love to visit them again. We told them they're welcome here anytime.
That's cool.
Guests on the podcast.
Yes. I didn't, I didn't tell them.
You didn't tell them about us? Come on.
I know.
We could have
we
been
could
more
be
international.
I want them to invite me back. What if they
listen
like,
and decide?
I don't know. She seemed okay. Before we kind of.
But now,
Before we knew she hung out with somebody with a nice setup.
she wants,
Right, yeah.
she wants a chicken to travel with her. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know, she seems a little, she looks a little sketchy. Let's not invite her back. But yeah.
excellent.
And then we ended up when we stopped in Iceland
Oh,
on the way back, but just in the airport.
That's what they flew through Iceland. They connected in Iceland. Yeah.
wow.
We had been in the airport before. That was when Kevin threw his back out at the first day of our 2-week trip. But and it was really crowded. But this was in the middle of the day. There was no one in there. We only had an hour connection, and we sailed through that place. It was very nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, not like the other
Sounds
long
like
line.
a lovely
Yeah.
trip.
So it was all good. Yeah. Now I'm back to regular stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of nice setups,
Yeah.
the picture that Aaron sent of the front yard of the neighbor's
the
house
Easter bunnies.
of the Easter bunnies
That
was
was
spectacular.
Something.
That was impressive. That was in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it was next street over from my dad's place.
That was cool.
It had I didn't know they had Easter
that's what I was
inflatables.
gonna say.
I
number
don't
one.
think I've ever
Those
seen one.
existed.
But I think they had every Easter inflatable
Ever made.
available.
Inch of the yard was taken up by some kind of inflatable or some kind of
Did they do that at
Easter
like Christmas
decoration. Yes.
and Halloween?
Halloween.
All the
All the
holidays.
holidays.
Major
But
holidays.
I was just surprised at the Easter themed inflatables. Like
Yes,
I didn't
that
even
they
know that
sell
was a
those.
thing.
Yeah.
To my surprise, I came around the corner. I was like, "What the wow!" And there he is on the edge of the driveway,
In his
waving
Easter bunny
costume?
to
Yeah.
everybody in his
I
costume.
waved
I'm
too.
like, "Wow!
Oh, he's like-
look, kids, there's the Easter."
oh my
bunny."
gosh! I think I
That's
missed
awesome.
that.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't blow
No,
it up.
he was not in that picture.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I was gonna
because
say.
again, that was like right
Does
when
he
we
have
arrived.
kids?
I think they're older.
Oh boy.
They're-
Well, good for him.
That's
Does he
good
at
for
least
him.
like make it like, okay, deposit food for the food pantry here, or like
No, I think it was just
do
doing
they-
it
Just
for
for the
fun.
joy of Easter.
Just for the joy of it.
Yep.
Wow.
Good for him.
But wow.
It looked awesome.
Yeah, that does
was
look
just,
awesome.
I was just like, wow. Happy Easter.
That's so
we
cool.
all waved to him.
yeah,
something.
Oh, wait,
it's impressive.
I once stayed at an Airbnb in Pennsylvania. Airbnb, not Airbnb. At the time, because they didn't have Airbnbs. Airbnbs. It was a bed and breakfast, and I'm saying with quotes because it wasn't really a bed and breakfast. It was some lady's house.
Oh yeah, she could
She
stay
had
in
a
the spare
bedroom.
bedroom before that was a thing.
Oh, it was so. She had all these dachshunds,
Like
and clearly they slept in the guest bedroom because there was like dog hair all.
I was saying, were they scratching?
Wait, how
to
did
get
you
in?
find this place?
I don't even remember. I don't remember how we got here. And in fact, we walked in and I was like, I
Sounds
can't.
like a bad dream.
I was like, I can't stay here. I can't stay here. And my friend's like, no, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. And then she's like, girls, I want to show you something. And I'm like, oh no. Like, is it hopefully it's not like a basement
body.
door.
A stuffed dachshund.
Look at my freezer in the basement.
Right.
She had a bay window in the front and the curtains were shut. Like, so she unveiled what was in the bay window. I didn't notice it as we walked in the home, but she had these two like 4-foot mechanical Easter rabbits.
Ooh, scary.
And you pressed a button and they started moving and like sang an Easter song. They were the creepiest
That sounds
things and
creepy.
so
like, what do you say to that?
and it was like,
wow,
yeah, right.
Wow.
And it wasn't even, it wasn't a large house. You know, it was like a little brick rambler with a couple of bedrooms and so like there was no not sitting there with this woman.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure she probably did it because she was lonely and she, you know, liked
So
to having
weird.
people come in
So
and
weird.
God bless her. But like we were in our early 20s and
yeah.
we're not, you know, and so I just remember sitting on our couches like, can we go somewhere else? Can we? And my friend's like, no, we're staying here. So we stayed
Wow.
with the dachshunds and the rabbits. She was a very nice lady. I shouldn't make fun of her, but it was scary.
The rabbits sound scary.
The rabbits were weird.
Yeah. Plus, like those, I don't like those
Also,
like
it
Chuck E.
wasn't-
Cheese animatronics.
It wasn't Easter.
Oh,
I should
Forgot to mention.
That is a pertinent fact.
It was definitely the fall.
So these are all year Easter rabbits.
Yeah, it was all year round Easter rabbits.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah,
It's gracious.
Easter decorations.
all right.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay, guess we don't have much to talk about today.
anything else? I mean, it was spring break. It was
Yeah, what
Easter.
was your
It
spring
was
break like?
nothing.
Not hitting nothing.
you just
The rabbits
relaxed.
we saw.
Whole lot.
But yeah, that was the highlight. Yeah.
I got to see Urinetown, which was actually a much better show than the name suggests.
I was to say the name doesn't sound so appealing
but
to
it was
me.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eliza
Why
had
is
a
it
great
called
time.
Urinetown?
They actually do talk about it in the show, that it's a stupid name, but it takes place, it's such a hard story to even explain. It takes place in the future in all the water has dried up and people are not allowed to, you have to use public toilets to pee and you have to pay for the public toilets to pee.
Wow.
And if you are caught peeing outside of the public toilets and don't have the money to pay for the public toilets, you get sent to Urinetown.
Oh,
And I won't say anything else because it will ruin the whole rest of it. But
This is a play?
yes, it's very funny because, and it's a funny play.
Okay.
but not totally a funny play.
Sounds kind
gotcha.
of dark.
It's very dark.
Dark humor.
And they even make note of the fact that like this is not a happy play. While they're singing happy songs. It's so hard to explain, and it's weird, and it kind of leaves you like, should I have been laughing? But the music is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
And
I'll have to check it out
again, I
sometime.
am so shocked at just the difference between a high school play and a college play.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I mean, it's like going to see a Broadway play.
Wow.
I mean, the talent was phenomenal.
Oh,
phenomenal. But Eliza did tell me, so I went Friday and Saturday. I saw the Friday night and the Saturday night show. Everybody came Saturday. I was there Friday by myself. But they also had an Easter Sunday show, but the rest of us went to Charlottesville and spent Easter with Bryn. During the finale, the campus lost power.
Oh, no.
So they finished the finale
In the dark?
With no power.
with no a cappella in the dark.
Could you even see anything?
So I
'Cause
don't
the
know because
theater.
I was not
Oh,
there.
okay. You weren't, that wasn't
But yeah, so they finished it that way. So yeah.
The show must go on.
Apparently a
That's good
snake,
experience
a snake
for the
ate through
showman.
something. I don't know. The campus had like no power for a couple of days.
A snake.
Wow.
Yes, because of a snake. Stupid snakes. But yes, so. But it was really good, and I enjoyed that, even though at that point of all of my journeying from Miami to Erie to Vermont to Boston to Connecticut to Richmond, I was tired. But the show was good. It was very good.
You did a lot of traveling.
That is a lot.
It was a lot of driving. Like we did fly to Miami, but then the rest of it was driving. And so Joey and I estimated that we put on about 2,500 miles on the car.
Oh, that's a lot.
I think it was probably even more than that because we went back and forth a few times while we were in Connecticut to Boston and back. And then
So what'd you listen to?
Not us.
No?
we listened to a lot of Dream Theater.
Okay.
It was Joey's playlist the whole time. We were in his car. Since
All right.
this was a trip about him,
Of
you know,
course,
so
of
it was,
Yeah.
so
Joey
we
gets
listened we did, although Palm Sunday, we were driving from Erie to Vermont. So we did listen to church twice and it's Palm Sunday. So it was a lot of church,
Okay.
but we did listen to that, but it was a lot of Dream Theater, Dragon Force, Metallica, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath.
Wow.
And
Okay.
with a little bit of Queen thrown in there for good measure.
Some mature tastes for you.
Well, it's Joey's. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Joey's playlist. So we did listen to a lot of that. And every now and then Joey would let me sneak a few of my songs in. And there was a little bit of Foo Fighters too, which
All good.
but it was fine. I mean, I like his music. Probably not what I would choose all the time to
Right,
listen
right,
to,
right.
but I don't mind it. So yeah, so that's what we listen to. No podcasting.
No.
Just that.
Good.
And then sometimes we just turned it off entirely and enjoyed the
Sound
scenery.
of the road.
because, you know, we saw a lot of upstate New York,
Yeah.
which
Good
is
times.
pretty, but it's a long trip
Yeah.
to Vermont.
Yeah.
Burlington's very pretty. I'd never been to that part of Vermont. It's very pretty. So yeah,
Nice.
a lot of traveling.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Alrighty then.
So now that we're all home from our trips, we have to.
And I've been working on homework. I have a huge project.
yeah.
Huge.
When's your
project.
internship start?
So my intern, I have
Intern.
two. I don't know if I had known the last time that I got accepted to the other one. So this semester ends next week.
Oh,
And then my internship at Shenandoah starts on the 19th of May. And that goes through the very beginning of August. And then I have another one with archiving LGBTQ things. And that starts in the fall.
yay.
Where are you doing that?
It's remote. It's working with a program called Invisible Histories that works out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'll do it remotely.
wow, you're
That's
all lined
awesome.
up. Busy,
Yeah.
busy.
And then I was looking at PhD programs.
Of course you were.
Wow.
Yeah, the problem is there's just not a whole lot, and those are not things that you do online. So I have to think about things and what I'm ready for,
Well,
and what I'm not ready for, and what I
okay.
want to do. But yeah, so but this big project that I've been working on is making me crazy, and
You'll
I'm learning
get
that
there.
I'm older than, you know, it's different when you're 20 years old and you were raised with computers. because a lot of it's computer stuff.
And it's moving really fast.
It
Yes,
is, yeah.
It is. Yeah.
And it's going to continue to move very fast. That's the problem right now, is that it's moving consistently too fast. So it's like you can never really get a hold of what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll do it, Christine.
You
Don't
can do
worry.
it.
You
Yeah.
can do
We
it.
know you. We got.
It's
we
like the
believe in
water
you.
boy. You can do it. Well, excellent.
right.
We'll have to now that we're home and back in the swing of things.
Enjoying the nice weather.
Yeah,
Trying to bring it back around.
yeah. Enjoying the nice weather.
The weather.
The weather.
She's trying. You got it.
All right.
I really wasn't. She
was-
brought it.
That wasn't a smooth one.
Yeah, well,
But,
you know,
yeah.
I think we're all half asleep tonight.
we
I
are.
know,
also-
yeah,
I'm
we-
exhausted.
Yeah, I'm kind of hitting the wall.
But most of it's the pollen, because in order to stay awake or stay at least engaged, I have to have a lot of Benadryl or something in my system. And
Yeah.
so I've just been sleepwalking through the last few days.
Yeah.
They-
They'll do it.
They raised my dosage of my medicine and
Yeah, a little sleepy.
knocked out.
Well, we'll let everybody go to bed then.
Yeah.
Look at Aaron's literally leaning on the microphone.
Yeah. Aaron's, yeah.
That's not Lola, people.
That's actually Aaron this time.
Over. Yeah. It's not Lola. She's sleeping in the corner.
Well, we'll let everybody get back to their restful
Right.
evening. So, thank you all for joining us for the latest episode of the Setlist of Life. Good night.
Good night.